There are a number of exhaustive references aimed at the experts amongst us on the AKC Giant Schnauzer breed standard. But for those of us who prefer our information in bite-sized chunks, or tips to help pick out our next show or pet pup, let's take a look at the American breed standard in 4 minutes or less. The muzzle should be equal in length and parallel to the top skull. The entire length of the head should be about half the distance from the withers to the tail set. Moderate length, strong, well-arched necks are desirable. U-necks, a neck that is arched so that the top line of the neck is concave and the bottom is convex, or throaty necks, necks with loose skin, are undesirable. An undershot or overshot bite is a disqualifying fault. Cropped ears set too low or too high on the head is also a fault. U.S. breed standard height at the withers is 25.5 to 27.5 inches for males and 23.5 to 25.5 inches for females. A 4-inch variance from the smaller females to the largest males are permitted. Note that there is a recent trend amongst some U.S. breeders to oversize males, running to 32 inches or more in height. Judging varies on the acceptance or deduction of points on the larger males in the show ring. A square, compact structure is ideal, the length from the withers to the tail set and the height at the withers being nearly the same. Slab-sided, flat-ribbed, and weedy, i.e. lacking sufficient bone and musculature, are faults. The back should be straight and should have minimal slope to the tail set. Tails should be docked to the second, not more than the third joint, approximately 1.5 to 3 inches at maturity. Gay or squirrel tails or low tails are faults. The length from the last rib to the loin should be as short as possible. The coat should be hard, wiry, and dense, with both a soft undercoat and a harsh outer coat. Moderate furnishings which do not sway or distract from movement, gait, are preferred in the U.S. Forelegs are straight and vertical when viewed from any side. Bowed fronts, forelegs that curve out between the elbows and pasterns, is a fault. East-west fronts, feet turned out to the sides, pointing away from each other, is a fault. And toed-in or pigeon-toed fronts, feet pointing towards each other, is also a fault. The hocks to the foot should be short, perpendicular to the ground, and parallel to each other. Cowhocked, rear feet pointing outward, is a fault. And bandy-legged, wide, bow-legged rear quarters is also a fault. Sickle-hocked, an over-angulated joint between the lower thigh and hock, and an inability to straighten this joint when moving is a fault. Dogs should have a sound, good movement viewed from both the front and rear. Dogs should single track, meaning when viewed from the front or the rear, the legs converge towards the center line of balance as the dog trots, moving diagonal legs in unison. A dog should have good reach, length of forward stride, and good drive, a strong thrust from the hindquarters. Crabbing or sidewinding is a fault. Hackney, high stepping front movement, and pacing, moving both legs on the same side of the body in unison as though hobbled together, is also a fault. Dogs should have a sound, reliable temperament, combining spirit, alertness, and intelligence. They should be playful and amiable, but watchful and deeply loyal to family, and have a commanding figure when aroused. Shrinking away and refusing to stand for examination, fearing approach from the rear, and being easily startled by loud, sudden noises are faults. Unprovoked aggression towards people is a fault. However, An aggressive attitude towards other dogs is not deemed vicious behavior. A good eye can spot many or most developing traits in your young pups at 2 to 4 months of age. Pups may be 6 months of age or older before you can know for sure on some traits, and temperament will have a lot to do with how you socialize and train your new pup.